likes social media? Who basically lives on social media? Shout out to that guy. We're going to be talking about social media evangelism today. So where's your heart at? And where's your skills at in this area when it comes to loving the lost? Couple questions, the 4 normal questions we always go through. Which category would you say that you're at? Would you say that you know how to evangelize on social media and you know why you want to? Do you know how to evangelize on social media but you've just simply lost your why? Do you know your why but you do not know how? Or do you not know how to evangelize on social media and you do not know your why? Scriptures. Just got a few scriptures today. Matthew 5, verse 14 to 16. It's hard to find scriptures about social media, isn't it? So we'll take a look. I'll highlight the parts that we can get from the scriptures. Matthew 5, verse 14 to 16. You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, quotation, let your light shine before others, end quotation, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. Matthew 3, verse 5 to 6, quotation, people went out to him, end quotation, from Jerusalem and all Judea and the whole region of the Jordan, confessing their sins, they were baptized by him in the Jordan River. Matthew 4, verse 23 to 25. Jesus went into Galilee, teaching in their synagogues, proclaiming the good news of the kingdom and healing every disease and sickness among the people. Quotation, news spread about him all over, end quotation. Syria and people brought him to him all who were ill and with various diseases, those suffering severe pain, the demon-possessed, those having seizures, and the paralyzed, and he healed them. Large crowds from Galilee and Decapolis, Jerusalem, Judea, and the region across the Jordan followed him. Matthew 5, verse 8. When Jesus had entered Capernaum, the centurion came to him, asking for help. And 1 Thessalonians 2, verse 5. So we cared for you, because we loved you so much. We were delighted to share with you not only the gospel of God, but our lives as well. So what's the heart behind evangelizing on social media? To look at reels? Yeah. Obviously not. To look at people make fun of each other. No. To go to the comments section. That's a good one. You know, 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 19 says, though I am free and belong to no one, I have made myself a slave to everyone to win as many as possible. So the idea is to reach as many as possible. With an average phone owner, you know, do you guys know what an average phone owner spends on their phone per day? You want to take a guess? Well, it's 5 hours, but for some of you, it's probably a lot more. So if people are spending that much, actually, they spend probably 8 hours on their phone, but they spend 5 hours a day on social media. So we need to tap into today's cultures, habits, and opportunities. I had to look at my phone to see how much I spend. You know, that's the you got to get open about that sin right there. I spend about 8 hours on average a day on my phone. I had to look it up. Now, I'm not going to lie, some of that's due to a lot of ministry things, but the fact of the matter is I spend a lot of time on my phone. It's what it is. It's what it is. We deleted this Instagram, but we still got Facebook right there. Amen. We call it Facebook because a lot of people share their lives on it. It's not always true, but you know, in the kingdom, we want to share our lives in the right way and spread what is true. But if we can change our own habits of spending ineffective hours of doom scrolling to evangelizing online, we can start to see the world won for Christ. One of the things I noticed back in the day, our church from Paris, from Paris. Okay. They had an explosive year one time.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
And all they did was evangelize 8 people each a day on Instagram. That's all they did. So every single disciple evangelized 8 people a day. And their church just started exploding like crazy. Everyone was getting baptized. It was insano style, as they say. We need to overcome any prejudice towards not learning social media evangelism because we're older or don't want to keep in touch with the times. I know there's a few of you that are like this right now. I myself am one of those people. There are many within the kingdom who we can learn from and understand the times. You know, 1 Chronicles 12 verse 32 says, from Azekah, men who understood the times and knew what Israel should do, 200 chiefs, with all their relatives under their command. You know, as well as many more outside the kingdom who understand these times and how to best reach people. In Esther 1 verse 13, since it was customary for the king to consult experts in matters of the law and justice, he spoke to the wise men who understood the times. You've got to keep up with the trends, as they say. With more and more people working from home, this is a way for us to meet and connect with people in their own homes without visiting them. Have you heard the good news? Right? But it allows us to evangelize all groups of people, all cultures, all ages, probably from 15 up. It also allows us to evangelize in cities, in villages that we would probably never be able to reach to in our lifetime. It also allows us to evangelize when we have kids, or we just simply have too much going on. You got that assessment that's due, you got that exam that's due, but you can quickly go evangelize 20 people. That takes 30 minutes instead of going out there and doing it, and you don't have to leave. Right? If every member of our family is now reachable without us taking a church to them physically, we can just bring it to them online. My friends and family live vicariously through the baptisms that I post up on Facebook. They always go, oh, that's what Solomon's up to. So if I can't bring them to it, I'll bring it to them online. We can target specific social groups like never before that are very hard to reach. You know, it's hard to reach young mothers at home. Shout out to the young mums. Shout out, to helping other people from different, disabilities or whatever like that. The people that are elderly, okay? You can evangelize thousands of people in exactly the same living situation as you and relate. I think about, different, it wasn't the same living situation, but same hobbies. You ever join hobby groups? I didn't even know that was a thing. Anyway, so I started to figure that out when I was trying to buy like little miniatures for like my Risk game. But I joined this thing called the World of Warcraft group because that's what I'm into. We all got our hobbies, right? That's mine. And mainly it's memes, but there's some people that are always posting. And recently I saw a post that says, Christian looking for a guild to join full of Christians. And I'm like, I'm going to reach this guy. I reached to him. He replied to me. And he wants to come join our server, which is great. I'm like, okay. The world is your playing field at the touch of a button. Okay? For some young people, university students to young adults, social anxiety is a very common place, especially these days. People have a hard time meeting people in person these days. That's why so many people are on apps like Bumble Friends or Meetup, different things like that. Gen Z, we got any Gen Z in here? Yes! That's pretty much all of you guys. Gen Z in here? Yes. Amen, right? I think that's everyone besides myself, Eric, and Megan. No, I think so. Am I? 1999? Yes! When does it end? 1995? Yeah, 1997. That's right, I don't associate with it. But Gen Z is more comfortable being open online to a complete stranger than their own friends at school. So it's ideal to engage in deep spiritual conversations online. It's not uncommon for people to tell you these days that I wouldn't have come out if I was met on the streets or in person. It's just not as common. So many more people, and I don't know why, but this just feels, it's weird, but there's a lot more people that feel comfortable behind a screen responding to a message than just talking to someone in person. I don't know why, I feel kind of opposite, but to each his own, that's the generation, okay? Social media then gives us the chance to share our lives with people before they meet us in person. It allows them to know us and to feel comfortable with us before we meet them. So why? Okay, well, who does this type of evangelism reach like no other? Well, to give you some idea of the impact of being active on social media, here's the top 10 most popular social media platforms in 2025 based on monthly active users. So Facebook had 3.07 billion people, making it the largest social media site in the world by a pretty substantial margin, while 25 to 34-year-olds make up the largest percentage of that. That's about 24% of Facebook users in Australia. And 18 to 24, 35 to 44, and 45 to 54 demographics aren't really that far behind. Another one, especially massive in Europe and Hong Kong and all these various different places, WhatsApp. WhatsApp is the big one. So you'll notice like most of the church groups, especially overseas, and it's cool because WhatsApp actually does a little bit more. They usually communicate, their group chats are all on WhatsApp instead of Messenger. No one really uses Messenger except us Aussies or people part of this world sector. Anyways, they've got about 2.78 billion people on WhatsApp. YouTube. Yes, did you know that you could actually text other people on YouTube? You can talk to them. Yeah. 2.5 billion people. Instagram, we thought it was more popular, but it's not as popular. They got 2 billion people. TikTok, not too far behind, 1.6 billion. That's more your guys' one. We can't say TikTok without the WeChat right there. Got the WeChat. You know, on WeChat you do everything on WeChat. You can pay for things. You literally live vicariously off WeChat. That's pretty much everyone in China. Everyone in China does everything from WeChat. You pay with WeChat. That's 1.3 billion people. There's another app called Telegram. That's got... Careful. I haven't heard of that one, but that's 1 billion. Messenger, 1 billion. Snapchat. Shout out to the Snapchats. Man, does anyone here use Snapchat?
No.
Man, I used to love Snapchat, man. 900 million. Like I said, it's a generational thing. I think that's what it is, man. I would definitely, back in my day, we use Snapchat for everything. And there's another thing called Douyin that has 766 million. So I would say if you wanted to use Snapchat, you want to reach people that are the ages of like 27 to like 36, you want to use Snapchat. Snapchat, that's a good one to use. Whereas, you know, for some of maybe your guys' generation, you'll probably want to TikToks, Instagram, something like that, right? But this form of evangelism works for you even when you're asleep. How good would it be if you were getting contacts while you were sleeping? How good would that be, man? That'd be nice. People looking for God and the truth on the line more than ever. In 2025, around 4.7 million searches were literally made for just these two words, Jesus Christ, in the US alone. There's more than 25 million videos on TikTok under the hashtag Christian TikTok, with Gen Z driving a quiet revival by engaging with religious content online. Active engagement grew by 17% of US adults when they post or share religious content, and 14% use apps or websites to help them pray. Yeah, so different apps like Hallowed or even your little Bible app and all that kind of stuff, they use these things. There's virtual worship. A lot of people do virtual worship right now. Shout out to those guys. But about 1/4 of the US adults regularly watch religious services online or on TV. Isn't that nuts? There's digital worship. You know, online platforms, including ministries like Search for Jesus, facilitate direct engagement for individuals seeking to learn about faith, with some users engaging through online Bible study and counseling. What am I trying to say here? There's so much online through social media that you can reach out to people. I promise you that through social media alone, you will convert more people if you learn to master it than anything else, especially now. So my first point, how we evangelize this way. Are you aware of how many ways you can reach the world? There's so many ways to use social media to bring people to God. Instagram, Facebook, Bumble, X, right? I don't know why it's called Twitter on this, but it's X. TikTok, Amigos, Snapchat, many more specific to different countries. In Taiwan, it's called Line, right? There's platform-specific tips. So for Facebook, this is ideal for community building, okay? Event promotion and reaching a broader, older demographic. You know, for people in my age group, this is ideal, and it's especially useful if you're looking for groups, right? One of the things, we had our very first Women's Day here, and I think Megan brought 20 people out to Women's Day just through a Facebook group for girls.
Let's go, Megan.
You ever brought 20 visitors to church before? I haven't. But that's what happens when you just go on Facebook and you put a post up and go, hey, Women's Day or something like that. Instagram or TikTok. Best for reaching younger audiences with short, engaging video content. Shorts. Everyone watches shorts, but it's the young audience that actually responds to it. These, like, if they, I don't know, you guys see those TikToks or whatever it is, and then they go, you know, we're having this and this and this, you know, feel free to reach out. When I see that kind of stuff, I'll never respond to that, ever. I go, you're a weirdo, and I'll, you know. But there's a lot of people, especially you guys' age, that will do that. Yeah. They're gonna, like, they'll 100% reach out and they'll go, yeah, absolutely, that's what I want to do. How do I know that? Morby does it all the time. And people reach out to Morby all the time. YouTube, best for hosting long-form content, like full sermons or service live streams. You could even start your own channel. Joe started his own channel, and it makes his special missions for him. So there you go. Absolutely. Yeah. Just by posting his videos on YouTube. Because people have to watch ads. And people pay for pay to stop watching ads, or they have to do that, and people, you get what I'm saying. The use of group chats. On top of the initial outreach, creating Messenger or WhatsApp groups to share articles, etc., is a great way to build a community that you can constantly reach out to. But you've got to be consistent with people to make that actually work. So if you have like a group or something like that, or you're a part of some group, or you've got, you know, I don't know, you add a bunch of people to, I don't know, Messenger, and you can put little videos up all the time. I can't tell you how many people have told me, hey, is there like a group of yours in the Bible talk that I can come and join? You know, they want to be a part of the group because they just want to, you know, they want to have content, or they want, you know, the updates constantly, right? Now, while it's a little more tricky to navigate, professional networking platforms like LinkedIn, this can also be an excellent way to attract people. There are lots of Christians in business who want to connect, believe it or not. So shout out to the professionals right there, because this is going to help. A great way to start using this platform is to search up Christians who already evangelize through LinkedIn and join their groups and ask to meet with them, okay? As social media is a bottomless pit of resources, it may be best to just start mastering one. So if you go, okay, I'm a professional, I want to master LinkedIn, then go ahead and master LinkedIn. If you're, you know, you like your TikTok, then go on TikTok and master your TikTok or your Instagram, whatever it is, just find one, stick to it, make it work. Remember, it only takes, you know, one person to make a difference. You know, instead of hours of scrolling, you can turn this to hours of evangelism. To keep you accountable, create a small group. Create a small group. So what you can do is you go, okay, I really want to be able to evangelize more. Vali, Maria, I don't care who. Somebody can just go, and it could be any one of you that goes, I'm going to create a little group, and you get a bunch of the guys in the church, you go, we're going to have this little group, and we're going to post up every single time of how many people we've connected to. Every single time. And you can have your little accountability group. Now remember, it only takes one person to make a difference. Anyone can lead it. Anyone can lead it. But my question for you is, will that person be you? Exchange ideas. Review what's going on for you. All success takes is just consistency. The mystery is consistency. That's all it is, just consistent application, and it can happen. So the principles, well, to bring people to church or create Bible studies using social media, you need to build an authentic community through consistent, engaging, and personal content. Focus on sharing video testimonies, behind the scenes content of church life. So you could probably put, I don't know, a little video of, okay, you know, this is a day in the life of Isaac. My name's Isaac, and I'm here to set up church. And the first thing I do is I grab the banners and I set the banners up, and then I do this, and then I do that. And when we have the ushering, the bags get passed around. You could do something like that. You get what I'm saying? That gets people engaged to like, okay, this is what your life is like. You could have uplifting messages and promoting specific or welcoming events. I really appreciate my friend Emmanuel at the moment. Emmanuel, he's creating like little shorts every single week, just putting something up, going like he'll, I don't know, like they're all different every single time. But he goes after this and he's trying to make his life known on social media. Some key strategies include using user-generated content, like leveraging Facebook groups. So what I mean by that is, you see a viral video, imitate that viral video. It's a viral video for a reason. Something works. Run targeted advertisements. Yes, you can pay and people will see your message. How do I know that? The Mormons do it. And I get lots of content from the Mormons. It's annoying. All right? So if they can do it, you can do it. Yeah? You can run information campaigns for visitors. Try have direct interaction. Key strategies to bring people to church or to Bible talk. Prioritize video content, like Reels, TikToks, YouTube Shorts, showing part of the worship. You know, like it would be, if you want to post something up, post, you know, James coming up here and doing Right on King Jesus. That'll get people coming to church. Sermon highlights. You know, Raph comes up and he says a bar or something like that.
Drop it down, Raph.
Yeah. Then, you know, put it up. You know, a personal message from church members. You have like a really cool quiet time, you want to share a thought, put it in a little video. You know, show, don't just tell, okay? Post warm, inviting behind-the-scenes photos. Things like kids ministry, coffee, ushers, cooking for Bible talk, to help prospective visitors feel comfortable. If I was going to go to that church, that's a church where I'd want to be. That's comfortable to me. Encourage members to share their own stories using branded hashtags. One of the ones we used to have was I love my church ICC hashtag. That was a big one. But that provides authentic, trusted social proof that, okay, this is like a place these guys are continuing to post in. Focus on relationships and engagement. So use Facebook groups for deeper community building rather than just broadcasting on a page. Respond to comments and DMs quickly. Everyone knows what a DM here? Okay, direct message?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so if you see a comment or something like that, respond to it. I can't tell you how many times that people go, hey, I'm looking for a church or XYZ, and how many people that have actually reached out to those people that have actually come out because of it. Yeah. That's all that it takes. And make it easy to visit. Include a clear call to action in bios, such as click here to visit, or a link in your plan to visit, you know, website page or something like that. Content ideas for engagement. You know, little testimonies. Give a little testimony. If Chanel wants to give a little testimony about how she was met, I think it would be appropriate because Chanel was met online. And then she'd go, I was reached out to online and this is where I came out, and that would help someone's heart, right? Have a FAQ or expectation setting. Address common questions like, what should I wear when I come to church? Or what about my kids? Through posts and all that kind of stuff, right? Interactive posts, ask questions, run polls, or invite prayer requests to encourage interaction. You go, hey guys, you know, you always see those like content creators, you know, like, subscribe, drop a comment down below. You know, behind the scenes. Show you know, setting up for Bible talk, the tech crew setting up, or Or, you know, Johnny taking photos, and Johnny just goes, yeah, this is how I do my photos. We take pictures here, we do that or just like a little thing. I think, how cool would it be for a little testimony of someone like Campbell to come up, go, this is how early I rock up to church, this is me setting everything up by myself pretty much, even though I've got this going on in my life. That'll bring someone to church. But work on the key words you use as they do the filtering for us, okay? You need to have as much about us on your profile as possible. People check out our doctrine online before they come, so it automatically actually filters who's actually going to come and who's not. People search up non-denominational or look for your Instagram bios to see if you're trustworthy, legit, or reliable. Don't shy away from putting what we believe out there, because while it makes some people go, well, I don't want to come, it finds people that do want to come.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if you've heard of this really cool high character sister called Isa.
Yes.
Heard about her? She came because she was looking for a church that was teaching baptism and stuff, and she was like, that's where I want to be. That's where I want to be. Many people are looking for a church that teaches discipleship. All those different areas. Tips for using each platform from her name specifically, Sarah Tabora, our Latin America sister, an intern in Sydney. She's got a couple tips for you of what she does, because she's very successful with this. So this is her content. Instagram. Have a bio that clearly states that you're a Christian with a short note inviting others to study the Bible. Keep your profile public and updated with new photos. So I know I need to repent from that one, amen. Having a private profile can feel uncomfortable for people you're trying to connect with. If you exchange contact details with someone, a great way to connect on Instagram is by sending a voice note. So one of those things you can go, okay, you know how I'd always say, don't text, call. This is kind of like that, right? So you may not be able to call people on Instagram, but you can leave a voice note. What does that do? It feels so much more personal. And it's much more engaging. She said that she's received more responses when she initiates the first message with a voice note than any text.
Okay.
Follow the different religious groups on campus and openly invite them to study the Bible. Instagram suggested friends through mutual connection or shared university accounts we follow. You can contact them by mentioning a shared interest and openly asking if they would be interested in meeting for a coffee or a Bible study. I've tried to put her profile picture in there. Obviously, it's not showing up. So if you want to take a look at it, that's what it looks like. Okay, there it is. Take a picture. It'll last longer. All right. There we go. All right. On Bumble. Yeah, she goes on Bumble. So create a profile that focuses on God. Now, this is Bumble for friends. Okay, I just want to clarify that. So that people, she's not trying to look for someone to date. Okay. All right. Create a profile that focuses on God, Bible studies, and include 4 to 5 engaging photos. Ideally, doing something fun with your friends. People often check photos before adding someone, especially Christians who are looking for friendship. Bumble has an option to create group chats that people can access through your profile. She currently has groups for women's events, Sunday church services, and Bible talks. Constant invitation to these group chats has brought many visitors the past year. After introducing herself, she directly asked people if they would like to study the Bible. Openly share about your personal highlight of getting to know God. If they show interest, suggest meeting at a local cafe or another public place. So this is her profile picture, for example. Okay, that's Sarah Tabora. Okay. All right. 31. She's a Christian. Studies at UTS. Awesome. There's her bio. So she puts a little bit of Spanish in there because she's a Spanish speaker. So that helps a lot of people who speak Spanish. Okay. She studies chemical engineering. Okay. Then she puts little things about her. Faith studies. Single, no kids, no smoking, woman. These are all, I know these are like things, but you know, when you write things like, okay, straight, drink rarely, active in the gym, local, Christian, these are the different things that people are looking for, okay? She's got pictures with her friends here. She's got pictures of her friends, right? Liz, JT, all those girls, okay? All right, and then these are the different groups that she has on Bumble that you can make when you're on Bumble. So there's that. Amigos. I don't know, what is it? You guys know what Amigos is? It means friends. I know what Amigo means, but I know what Amigo means. Is this like a Latin America social media app? No, it's not. No, okay, all right. Okay, this is just what she does. Okay. So, she creates the same event regularly. This app requires perseverance. Okay. Respond in the group chat as soon as someone registers. This helps make the event feel more real and welcoming. Share your phone number in the chat. Provide a clear event description and use the same flyer that is used for church, midweek gatherings, or Bible talks. Allow the event to be open to more than 250 participants. This is her profile, for example. Okay, that's her. Okay, and then these are the different things. So someone responded, she's responded straight away. That's the point. Okay, so a couple things and tips on how to do that. So what's the success stories of evangelism? We've talked about it, but what's been the result? Well, during COVID-19, I remember my friend Joe tried to build what they call the Mongolian ministry. He even made a Facebook, it was pretty cringe, but he made a Facebook profile called Mongolian Christians. And he added every single Mongolian he can get a hold of that lived in Sydney. Every single one. And he was so determined, he would preach it. I'm going to find a Mongolian. And we're like, shout out to the Mongolians. But it's pretty hard to find a Mongolian. I don't know if you've talked to many Mongolians, but they're not very common. But he realized they do everything through Facebook. Okay? And then we had this one guy, his name's Danny. He sounds like that. He became a Christian, but the thing about Joe is he preached it and he lived it, and he was like, I'm going to find one, and he found one. Had people, another example through this was, Joe also, I have personally, to be honest, had people call me up and ask to be baptized, just by putting phone number out on social media and stuff. People around the world, especially pastors, have reached out to me to team up or to have some linked up sessions and all that kind of stuff, simply because my, phone number's out there. But I found when I message through Instagram on groups and QUT, I can usually get a hit and, find someone that's generally interested in coming. So QUT Sports, different things like that, that'll get someone to go, okay, like I'm interested. And usually it's the people that are new, so you add those people that are new. There you go. Some other examples. There's a sister called Yvette. I know I mentioned a story. She's met in the Bumble app by Beth and Liz. She was followed up for 2 years. Yes, it takes perseverance. She'd been praying that week to understand the Bible more deeply. Elias met Chanel through Instagram. Was it through Instagram? Through Facebook. There you go. Shout out to Facebook. Don't be dissing on my Facebook right there. Was it through like a group thing that he found you? It was just direct. There you go. And you got to direct message people, all right? Marshall, another brother, saw Simon, an old high school friend, posting a lot of social media, and he initiated, and then he ended up coming out to church. Effie, one of the sisters over in Sydney, her best friend asked her to study the Bible through Facebook. Seems like we're having a lot more success through Facebook. Wen met Sheba through Bumble. We have this other Daniel. We got two Daniels here, but we have another Daniel over in Sydney. He's Indonesian Daniel. He was met on Instagram, so there's the Instagram. During COVID, by sending messages to 10 people every day for a few months. Luke 8 verse 15 says, but the seed on good soil stands for those with a noble and good heart who hear the word, retain it, and by persevering produce a crop. There's a couple of examples of people who are really good masters at social media. So we have this one sister, her name's Maddie. She's now an intern in Auckland. I think she wrote this while she was in Melbourne, so she's going to give you the perspective when she was in Melbourne. She said, I met this guy named Ari in brief passing on my trip to New Zealand back in July 2025. He was reading a book in Albert Park, and on my way to somewhere, I stopped to ask him what book he was reading. We connected. I added him on Instagram. I'd honestly completely forgot about this, but he recently randomly reached out to me in January wanting to come out to the Bible discussion. He's going to start coming to Bible discussions in Auckland now. He had messaged me, I've never been religious, but it's nice to see you promote kindness and love in whatever format that may be. Another person, Kavika, was met in February 2024, late at night, when she was coming home from campus. She offered to share an Uber with me before I got out and gave her my Instagram. After many months, she started replying and reacting to my stories, maybe roughly about 10 before she asked me to meet up with her for a coffee in May of 2024. So she did. And when they met up, the first thing she asked me was, Maddie, I've been watching your life and I've been wanting to ask you, what makes you so happy? She'd never experienced much with religion, but because of that, we were able to study the Bible.
Come on.
Just roughly under half of the studies that she's had, that she has in a week, come from women who she's met online, mainly from Instagram. She worked into her schedule time for evangelism almost daily for at least an hour, messaging people from women groups, church groups, social media groups, and then she just waits for the fruit to come as the week goes on. It's active evangelism working in the background of her ministry life. With Facebook, she's found that finding the right social groups to message people are very important. She's learned to think outside the box. People everywhere are looking to connect. The main groups that she messages people were Making Female Friends in Melbourne and Christian Flatmates Melbourne. And the second one is a bit more unique. She waits for people to post that they're moving to Melbourne and need Christian roommates, or they're there looking for Christian roommates, and then she responds to them. My flatmates are unfortunately not looking for anyone at the moment, but I'd love to connect and make more Christian friends. And she's met many women in Melbourne, in the area, looking for new friends and a new church community simply because of that. Most churches have many people every year becoming Christians from online evangelism. I know the Miami church had 5 baptisms in 2025 from just online evangelism. Same with the San Paulo church. There's many, many people. I think at one stage, the Miami church had like 80 people baptized from a campus student ministry of like 15 or 20. 80 people in that one year just through social media evangelism. So, don't count it out. The why? More than ever, people are spending more time connecting with people online than in person. The how? Take one form of social media evangelism, just one, if you could find one, and make a commitment to master it. And the third, the fruit. Well, many, many disciples around the world were met online. You just need to believe it, and you got to run after it. So my challenge is very simple. Simple challenge for every single one of us. Write it down. Write it down. Get into your Bible talk groups. That way there's the accountability. Run after social media evangelism this week. Try reach out to 10 people a day. If you could message 10 people a day. That's it. They don't have to reply. You've just got to send a message to 10 people. If every single one of us did this for 7 days, do you know how many people we'd reach out to? 2,590 people. If every single one of us did that. Now imagine you did more than 10 a day. There'll most certainly be fruit if we all decide to just lock in. Love ya. Amen.